Let's start. What is your objective to verify Ohm's law? State Ohm's law. At constant temperature, the current through the conductor is directly proportional to the applied potential. Define electric current. It is actually flow of charge with time. Define potential difference. Potential difference is actually a work done to move 1 coulomb of charge between 2 points of electric field. What is meant by electric resistance? Electric resistance is the ability of conductor to oppose the flow of electric current through it. Define 1 ohm. 1 ohm is the resistance of a conductor which allows the flow of 1 ampere of current when 1 volt of potential difference is applied on it. On which factor resistance depends? Resistance R depends on length of the conductor. It is directly proportional. Resistance R is inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area of the conductor. Resistance also depends on temperature and types of material. What is the resistivity? Resistivity is also a resistance acting on per unit length of per unit cross section of the conductor. What is ohmic resistance? The resistance which follow this graph means Ohm's law is called ohmic resistance. What is non-linear device? This relation is also called linear relation. So those devices which does not follow this relation means a linear relation is called non-linear device. For example, semiconductor devices are not a linear device, that are non-linear device. Resistance of conductor depends on temperature. On increasing temperature, resistance of conductor also increases because the relaxation time decreases. Give example of material whose resistance decreases on increasing temperature. Semiconductor material are those material whose resistance decreases on increasing temperature. How is ammeter connected in a circuit? It is connected in a series order. Current will pass through it. What is the resistance of an ideal ammeter? The ideal ammeter has zero resistance. How can we convert a galvanometer in a ammeter? Since ammeter is connected in series, its resistance should be as possible as low. That's why to convert a galvanometer in an ammeter, the galvanometer resistance is connected parallel with the galvanometer. How is a voltmeter connected in a circuit? It is always connected in parallel with the circuit. What is the resistance of an ideal voltmeter? Since no current is passed through the voltmeter, its resistance should be infinite for ideal voltmeter. How can we convert a galvanometer in a voltmeter? A resistance, a high resistance is connected in series with the galvanometer so that no current should pass through the voltmeter. How length affect the resistance of a conductor? As we have already studied, R is proportional to L. If length increases, resistance also increases, and if length decreases, resistance also decreases. It is directly proportional. How cross section of a conductor affect resistance? It is inversely proportional to the cross section. If cross sectional area of the conductor is high, resistance will be low, and if the resistance cross sectional area is less, resistance will be high. What is the graph of V versus I graph for an ohmic conductor? For ohmic conductor, this graph will be a straight line, means linear. Thank you. Please subscribe and